All right. Working class beer reviews. Found a surprise. Something I've never found before. Axe Head malt liquor. Now I've heard some stories about this. Heard some stories about the products that this brewery makes. I'll try not to let that bias me, but I got this. Well, while I talk about it, go ahead and pour it to spin in the fridge, which it should. It's 11%. Comes from Minhas Brewing. Has a reputation to some. Some people may like it. I don't know. So I pour it in this little brandy snifter. That's why I like to do malt liquor with. Let's put this right here where you can see it. Hopefully, not really setting up, but we'll go ahead and talk about it while it does. Got this at the local tap, which used to be a craft beer cellar. Now it's privately owned instead of being part of a chain. And I saw this, and I got a 6-pack for a friend. And I was like, when did you guys get this in? He's like, we got it by mistake from the distributor, and we didn't mean to, but we just went ahead and kept it and just rolled with it. So they got like a flat, which is probably like 12 of these. And so I was like, well, I said I do video reviews. I think I'll find it, try it just to do it, and see what people think of it. So it comes from brewed and bottled by Minhas Craft Brewery, Monroe, Wisconsin. And it actually does have a website, minhasbrewery.com. So, I could sit here and read, but I don't want the stuff to get warm. If it's worth anything at all, let's go ahead and start the review off, and then I'll talk about what there's an actual website and what it has. Oh. Grain something. Let's it's kind of orangish colored. It's kind of cloudy out. It's cold enough. There's some ascending bubbles, no head to speak of though. You saw it just kind of went away. All right, here we go. Grainy, slick, not crisp. The aftertaste kind of lingers. 11%. You can't really tell. It's not boozy. So if that's the case, they hid that part well. It's not like ethanol-y or anything like that. Like Hurricane Steel Reserve can kind of be that way, kind of fuely. And that Earthquake was like that. Was it Earthquake that? Yeah, Earthquake that I did one time. So this is kind of a throwback of the old malt liquors. There used to be all sorts of different malt liquors made by companies like this, and City Brewing, which I'm not sure. City Brewing's like Latrobe, Pennsylvania, or something like that. So you go to the Wikipedia page, and apparently Minhas Brewing, the brewery itself, was formerly of Joseph Huber Brewing. And that brewery is like the second oldest in the United States. It's like the oldest brewery in the Midwest. It's like dated back to like 1840 something. So they say Yingling is the oldest brewery. Not the brand itself isn't the oldest, but the oldest brewery. And that's in Pottsville, Pennsylvania. So, it talked about Axe Head malt liquor. Sell it in these 16-ounce cans and 24-ounce cans. I kind of wish I'd just gotten 16-ounce cans because I don't see this being finished. Not great. Ugh. Duh. They also had flavored ones, kind of like the Alloy series and stuff like that for Steel Reserve. They have a fruit punch and a black cherry. Probably similar to like Four Loko. They have Bloomer's Old Fashioned Soda. The roots go back to Prohibition, so that must have been what they produced during Prohibition to keep themselves afloat. A lot of companies did stuff like soda, and they did ice cream, because you can make malt. You use your malt up for ice cream. Oh, that stuff is not great. Good Lord. They have a Boxer Lager, which is 5%. They have like quite a few here. Boxer Lager Light is 4% and Ice is 5.5. Clear Creek Ice is 6.2%. Seem kind of different. Milwaukee Special Reserve 5%. They have a light version 4.1 and ice is 5.5. See a trend here. Huber beer. So that looked like it was supposed to be meant to be like a Euro style lager. And that obviously gives homage to the Joseph Huber name of the brewery. It's at 4.8 and they have a Bock that's 5.5%. Minhas Light, it didn't give an ABV, but it's 75 calories and 2.7 carbs. So I'm guessing it's pretty low in ABV. It's probably meant to be kind of like a Michelob Ultra type offering. They have Mountain Crest, which is 5.5, and it says that you could have custom label design. So I think if you're trying to like create your own beer, they'll brew it. They have like recipes of all different styles that you can pick from, and you can either buy kits, it looks like, or you can have them brew it and put it into kegs, or they can can it and put a custom label on it if you wanted to make something. Use one of these beers, but put your own label on it. They'll like do that, which is kind of neat. But it's not. If it tastes anything like this, I don't know if I want my name on it. Then they have a Pennsylvania style lager, which I'm not sure what that means. So Pennsylvania style is 4.5. That's kind of like a Busch, I guess, maybe Bavarian. Then they have a light at 4.1 and an ice at 5.5. So most of their ice beers are 5.5, except for the Clear Creek, which is 6.2. I've heard some of the other beer reviewers, like Louisiana Beer Reviews, Ron talked about the Milwaukee Special Reserve being exceptionally unpleasant. And I'm pretty sure he talked about this being unpleasant too. I don't know how much of it he drank. I mean, the brewery itself, it's also got like a restaurant, like a pizzeria and a restaurant attached to it, and they give tours. So they're not. I mean, I guess they're not really trying to hide it. They don't claim to be the most exquisite, but maybe they do have some. Maybe some of their other offerings aren't bad. You know, I don't know. But it looks like you can order in this in the pints, but like the 24 or the 12-ounce cans are all coming like 30 packs, and you have to order like a whole pallet of them. It looks like you have to get like 30 of them or something of the cubes of all the other beers. So you can't just order a few, you have to get a bunch. So that's probably what happens is a brewery probably gets a really good deal on a pallet of beer and then tries to sell it, and it doesn't sell because people are like, "Bleh." Maybe it's cheap enough for some though. All trademarks under license. Yeah, so you can go to the website, minhasbrewery.com. It says Union made. King Can. And it's got the government warning on here, but nothing else to speak of. I don't know. It's like kind of a novel thing for me, and thought I'd give it a try. See, it's got a date. 22/2/93/10. Don't know what that means. That's the only code. I'm sorry. I like to be open and honest with all beers. I even picked a nicer glass, this brandy snifter. And it's hoping maybe it'll help it bloom out a little bit. No, not great. Probably end up dumping this. This is. Let's see a reflection. It makes it look like there's a floaty, but there's not a floaty in there. There's nothing that I can see. Yeah. The reflection just makes it look weird. But anyway, yeah. If you guys have tried any Minhas brands, I'm honestly surprised I saw it. I've never paid attention and seen one. It just kind of stood out when I saw that malt liquor. I'm like, okay, that'll definitely a working class style. So, yeah, let me know if you've had Axe Head, if you've had any of these other beers that I've listed. I'm guessing if you live in the Monroe, Wisconsin area, you probably heard of a lot of these things and you probably see them. And I wonder, I don't even remember how much, I want to say it's like $2 something I paid for this. Probably $1 more than, more than I need to. But cross it off my list, say I could try it. I don't get to see these unique malt. A lot of them gone away. You know, you just don't see them. There used to be some just wild, King Cobra from Budweiser is actually pretty good, and I don't see it anymore. I know you can get weaker, like 6% Hurricane instead of the 8.1. I know there are some places that have 6% Steel Reserve. You don't see Magnum anymore. That's from Miller. I don't think Coors ever made a malt liquor that I know of. I'm stressing out. But, man. Anyway. I don't know. It's kind of interesting. It's nice if you can find a malt liquor that doesn't taste too terribly bad, because, they're kind of known for being harsh. And this is definitely one of them. It has no real redeeming qualities. It's got no carbonation to it, really, or very little carbonation. And most of them do. Most of them are on the flat side. I guess it's to help them go down better. I don't know. I guess if you were to pinch your nose and if you were really hard up for something, you could probably choke this down. But I'm not going to force myself to do that. I've had other beers where I've been able to make it through. All right, I made it through those Four Locos. I didn't care for them. They're a lot sweeter than I cared for, but they weren't as horrible. This is just not even Four Loko quality, if that tells you anything. So yeah, let me know if you've tried any of these brands, if you tried this, or what your opinions or experience of Minhas is. I'd really like to hear it in the comments, because I'm just curious if there's better offerings out there that people just don't see. But anyway, thanks for watching this flop of a beer review. Yeah, they can't all be great, right? You're gonna have some stinkers once in a while. This is unfortunately one of them. Sorry, Minhas, nothing personal. It's just not what I like. Anyway, I will see you guys later.